Hello, everybody. My name is Lila Deerdorf. I'm a physical therapist, and I also teach yoga at paxsonyogacenter.com, or Paxson Yoga Center, sorry. I want to talk to you a little bit today about back bending. As you are aware, in yoga, we have many different types of poses. We might have standing poses, forward bending poses, inversions, and back bends, just to name a few. And what I want to present to you today is how to keep your back happy in back bends. As you might know, if you come to yoga in your later years, you might have a stiff upper back and you might already be getting stuck in sort of this forward rounded upper back position. Additionally, yoga is also, a lot of people come to yoga that are overly flexible and maybe doing way too much in their lower backs. So this little dowel exercise will give you some information about whether your upper back is flexible enough for you to continue to work on some bigger back bends. In back bending, we want the entire spine to bend smoothly throughout, and we don't want the low back just to take the brunt of all the back bending. And I see that as an instructor time and time again, that the lower back takes most of the back bend and the upper back is not doing what it should be doing. So you can test this little exercise here with the dowel and see how it feels for you. And then you'll know whether you need to practice more work on upper back extension or back bending in the upper back by stabilizing the lower back as well. So you'll need a dowel to do this, and it could be a broomstick or a mop stick. Anything like that will happen. I'm going to experiment with a pose, Bhujangasana, Cobra. And I will just do the pose how I often see it done in class with students that aren't really aware of what's happening in their lower back. So they may be getting prepared for a back bend, and they'll come into Bhujangasana and they'll be doing the majority of the pose in their lower back. So you can see that my lower back is hyperextending and my upper back is really not doing too much of the nice arching in the pose. So ideally, we would like to come up and do the pose, keep the lower back more lengthened, especially if you tend to hyperextend. So using your abs and taking the buttocks towards the heels, and then working the shoulders away from the mat and opening up that way, stabilizing the low back to some extent to make that be happy, and working in the upper back to back bend. So that's ideally what we would like to have, is the entire spine kind of being a nice bow continuously through the spine. So you could take a dowel and see what your upper back is doing by just rolling this dowel up all the way to the armpits. And then you can place your hands over the dowel, and hopefully the hands will come down, but if not, you might just be on fingertips. So if you try to come up and you're not doing much in your upper back, you'll feel right away you'll get stymied by the dowel. I can just feel this heavy into my biceps. It's getting really uncomfortable there, and I'm not doing much there. I could come up more by, if I just do it in the lower back, then it makes me feel like I'm doing it, but I would not like you to do that. So what you want to think is that dowel is pressing forward, and can you coil around that dowel and still keep some integrity of the lower back. So it should feel like the dowel, that you're just coiling around the dowel versus bumping up against the dowel. So that's one way to know if your upper back is doing the work that it should in the pose. And if you are in the first camp where you get stymied by the dowel, it just feels like it stops you from doing any back bending, then I would work on doing more lying over the roll, lying over your blocks in your mid to upper back, so that becomes more flexible. And of course, you would do all the actions with your lower back to get length there. So hope that helps. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.